time for marriage. And because it is time for marriage, I invite you to celebrate yours along with me as I celebrate mine. For love is love forevermore, just as that says. This is my wife, Linda. She's my Mandy. Everybody has their own Mandy. Could be a he, a she, I don't know. But one thing is for sure, if you're happy with your spouse in life, you have increasing blessings in your life. And don't let the light go out. It's a flick of the switch, trust me. And if you'll bother flicking that switch, then next thing you know, you're shining brighter than you ever have before. So grab your Mickey or grab your Minnie or whoever they may be. Love is always love. I don't care who it's with or why or where, as long as people love each other. Mickey and Minnie know that this world has been a terrible world of fears and festering tears, if that's possible, setting fire to the rain, but it's hellish fire coming down upon us if we do not love. So let your love cast out your fear, your perfect love. It's a choice, and it's only a choice. So as we get it going here, it is time to begin finally going ape over love and lighting a new candle of hope, and let that candle burn brightly. And I please, I beg of the world, please pass this message of marriage, beauty, and healing into the world, because it needs to minister to our hearts, and Mandy needs to minister to our souls. So let your spirit be free. It's time to sail away on the sapphire sea with me. My name is Daniel, and I have nothing but praise for our beloved Lord of the ages, however you might conceive him to be, because he is love, and all those who love are born again of him and know him, because he is love. 1 John 4:7. So let your candle of hope flare. Let it burn brighter than bright ever burnt before. And get ready, and please like and this video and send it out there. And as you do that, you'll be blessed. As we give, so is it given unto us. Love is not even loved until it is given away. So if anybody hurting in marriage relationships gives not this marriage away, this video for the blessings thereof, it's not good news for them, because what will come back to them is nothing, no damn good, and we don't want that. So it's time that we reverse our curse, and if we will, the music will play on. And as that happens, the blessings that are ahead of us will be tremendous. Increasingly, we'll be able to grab a hold of love in a brand new, fresh way, in a Mandy kind of way. So grab your Mandy, grab your Linda, like my beauty of the ages, who's gotten sweeter with time like fine wine. Grab your significant other and give this video a lesson. Forget the therapy. Just believe the words of this video. And at the end of this, I will give all the names of contributors. I promise. So, love from love, hope from hope, peace from our prince thereof. And get ready to sail away, because Eden is truly ahead of us, exactly as the word foretells in the book of Joel. So it's time to get moving and grooving to a whole new understanding. The prophet Cahill Gibran, he said that all lovers should let there be spaces in their togetherness as the winds of heavens dance between them. So he said that people, they should love one another, but make not a bond of love. but let it rather, their bond, be like a peaceful moving sea between the serene shores of their united souls. And for all married people wanting to remain happily ever, they must become like mercury and be quicksilver of love's unity. They must become a fleeting shadow, a distant sound, for their homes are founded upon unconditional love, if they want no boundaries beyond which they cannot pass. For people's hearts need to live within the music of romance, and we are here right now in a flash of color, vibrant. So let us all choose to sail away and to be the rainbows that we need to see in this world, because then our most passionate love will be living upon the most beautiful winds of blessedness, and it'll be living within the sparkles of our living star of stars. And his name is Isa, Yeshua, Jesus, and it is he, Emmanuel, our majesty of majesties, hero of heroes, our icon of icons. It is he who has instructed us all to live for others as if they were ourselves, especially our lovers of holy matrimony. So I welcome you to this exciting time, and we're gonna amp it up right now in 1 second. And as we move along, the wind is full and the tide is with us. And as we go forth into better days of more the fullness of love, by our devotion to that end, let all of love's uniting. He said, feel no rain any longer, for both spouses will then become shelter unto one another. Now will they feel no cold, for each of them will be warmth unto the other. And now shall they have no more loneliness, for each of them shall become companion unto the other. So let the weak say they are strong, and let the unloved be loved and say they are. And let all lovers in love now see that even though they are two bodies, there's really only one life before them. And know that the heart of every true romantic is driven by one sustaining need, a great need to find a deep and everlasting love. And luckily I've found one indeed, and her name is Linda, and I'm so blessed to have had her in my life for over 20-something years. And sometimes we can't see each other eye to eye with each other, and relationships are a lot of hard work, but it is well worth it in the end. If you've been having trouble, take it from me. Let your other go. If you love someone, set them free. If they come back, they are yours, and if they do not, then they never were. So know that it's time to realize that we can all still be so amazed, just because the one thing is that we are mostly not differences in between us. We have many commonalities. So as we walk together and see our future from afar, we need to swear for all the years to come, especially when the youth has run its due. But unlike the bright but short-lived sparks of some of our timeless love, it will long be shining through all seasons. You know, the mystery of God, according to the Bible, Revelation 10:7, part of the biggest mystery is his love. And that is why the Lord has been seen as the bridegroom, and that the church is the bride. Unconditional love is in every good marriage, and that is all that metaphor is actually preaching. And so know that for all the reasons that I've described above, I know I, for one, to my wife, I promise that we'll have nothing short of love. So let all those wanting to be blessed, let them get ready to get on with the shores, to get past the dock. If you don't leave the dock, it's out in the deep where we must go. And if we will, we will be utterly blessed. I lost my track. Maybe I'll just put on a different track. I will be right back. And make sure you come back for my take on mahogany, on Do You Know Where You're Going To? Because it's time that we let love lead our way. Turn on your butterfly, fly away for the sailboat that will take us into our great beyond. And as we go forth, it's time to realize that all those who want to be blessed, they always need to begin to bless their most precious wedded lovers of love, for such loving special partners of embraced intimate oneness have finally chosen to ascend up together onto love's highest peaks, even the highest climaxing crescendo of all that's ever been called love. Whether it's been real or just imagined is of no importance. So from Canada, I am Daniel. Let's move on to better places, make new memories with our others. And so let all desiring the greatest blessing from our desire of the nations begin desiring peaceful inward contentment that first comes by everyone first loving themselves. Seek ye first the kingdom of love, and all shall be added to all people. And so it's time that we need to honestly see the truest truth, that every single one of us really does need to first love and forgive ourselves first, so that everlasting hopes, our hopes of passionate wedded bliss, can finally begin flowing. For the wind of love is utterly full, and the tide of its most blissful peace shall be with all choosing to go out into the deep. He who was foretold to come forth preaching meat while the master's house is still away, preaching meat and giving meat to the master's house in Matthew 24 is this program for people wanting to bop their marriage monster on the beeper, to get him to go to the back of the line so oppressive spirits will leave you alone. So cast out all fears, and it's time to embrace our lovers with locked lips that will never be unlocked, as both people become really dedicated and willing to love one another unconditionally. So let all married people of all religions or none whatsoever, let them just simply choose the way of love, as all loving spouses promise from the bottom of their hearts to love one another in the good times and the bad, and when life seems easy and when life seems hard, to keep on loving. And that is when our love is simple. And you know, we got to keep it simple, stupid. So it's time that we need to follow our hearts and create peace. And as we go forth, we can choose to fall in love again. And I got a commercial problem, so I'm going to fool you on the commercial. I'm just going to put on something really good. And one thing is for sure, there is no good man. No good woman, Romans 3:10. So we are all healing it, and we've all been hurt in different ways, but it's time to break free and receive healing, so that our hearts can rejoice. Joy has come in the morning. So let us all choose by an oath of love unending. Let us all choose to cherish our significant others, so that we can truly choose to fall in love again and to choose to show gratitude and thanksgiving unto our significance, so that we can together enjoy the little things, so we can dream big and believe in miracles. It's only a choice, so that together we can discover our passion, so that we can be spontaneous and embrace every possibility, so that we can believe in ourselves, because life is now. So it's time to respect our wedded partners and love them unconditionally, whether they be right or wrong at all times. So love cannot be thin-skinned. It needs to be heavy-duty. So let all wanting their heavenly unions to explode with hope instead of a shotgun barrel. Let them, all such lovers of love all over the world, let them embrace the very best wedded champagne dreams and honeymoon wishes and the delights that go therewith. And it's time to promise each other that we will put forth the very best kind of devoted devotion, which will always cause all passionate married souls, all lovers of love, to always love and to always care for one another, and to let it's time to let all devoted to Christ's brightest road of His glorious love and the forgiveness 70 times 7, 7,000 million. It's time for us all to do our very best in every way to try to be worthy of our beloved's love. I pray evermore that my wife Linda, that I'm worthy of her. She's blessed my life so many times in so many ways. And I forget about the bad times. You got to look towards the good. And as we all allow our kindest adoration to go before our relationships, let all married lovers always choose to be honest, kind, and patient. Let them be forgiving to one another. And it's time. And as we concentrate on that, the healing thereof will just keep resetting our buttons. And so let's go forth. And with new attitudes, it's time to see that the glass is always half full and never half empty. So let us all promise to do our best in remaining to be a true and loyal friend to our spouses until death parts us. And as the Holy Spirit came down over my wife Linda and I know one thing: our marriage has been healed by His whispering hope. And as she and I together fly higher than we ever have before, we'll always be rejoicing, for love has finally given us wings, and our journey begins today. Yesterday is gone, and tomorrow's not here yet. And we are both excited way beyond words, because we know that the very same blessed wind of love's greatest blessing is ahead and is sweeping us off our feet, so that we can begin being empowered, and so that we can empower others into wanting to rekindle their broken marriage, so that a new fire will blaze. So it's time, because the many fires have gone right out on multitudes of marriage. So it's time to choose the restoration fires of the redemption of the Lord's refiner's fire. For silver hearts shall you have gold, and for gold shall you have platinum. So it's only simply a choice to go that road and know that love never fails. So it's time to realize that even though it is a road that is most seldom taken by most, it is the most blessed road that anyone could ever possibly be on. And so it's time to turn around. And because by doing that, we'll turn back the battle at the gates of hell. And it's time to realize that whatever winds may carry such lovers to their lovers, they shall give unto them both their love and their deepest real commitment to make a vow. And it's a promise, it's an unbreakable promise, even to our Creator. It's time to make a vow unto our spouses to fiercely love one another on good days and bad in all of their forms, now and forever. And for all those wanting their love's greatest passion to be renewed, they shall even discover that their bed sheets can even be ignited once again with love's most fervent flames of all-consuming intimacy. And all loving spouses shall always therefore promise one another that they will always know in the deepest part of their souls that no matter what challenges might carry them apart, that they will always choose the lesser chosen path of love's greatest glory, to hang in there and walk towards restoration, forgiveness. And so no matter how dark it might have become around your marriage, know that Christ's love shall evermore be helping those on that path to find their way back unto each other, no matter how impossible it may once have seemed. It really seemed impossible for me to ever have my wife back in my life, and she did not believe I would ever be back in hers, but the Lord had other plans, praise God. So let all loving spouses choose right now to work together in building a great home of laughter, love, and support. For such loving lovers will automatically desire to create warm and welcoming spaces for their lovers, so that they can always see that since together we all have been standing, but divided we would all fall. And it's time to see this about the division of disunity. And so in this hour, it's time for the gospel truth that we can evermore become great witnesses of the gospel truth, that all married people wanting to stay that way should immediately begin loving each other, even when they hate each other. Let them choose to love anyways, and let there never be any running away from it ever. Nobody walks out, no matter what happens, for that is love's unbreakable rule, of love's most beautiful golden rule of rules. So let all committed spouses look unto one another with some great new expectations, by realizing that their life partners can not only strengthen their weaknesses, but ramp up a whole new way of living and a whole new way of seeing things that is heartfelt, because such love will also bring forth badly needed focus to their very best wedded dreams. So let all loving lovers of love pledge their lives unto their beloved ones, so that their most exciting dreams can also become their partners' most passionate ones as well. For such lovers will clearly come to see that no matter where life might lead them, that they'll always know that wherever their lovers are, there is where they also were meant always to be. So let all lovers grab their lovers, so that they can both learn the truest truth of love endangered. That love endangered is that when anyone trips over love, it's easy to get up. And you know, you need to realize sometimes we've got to stay down for the count. But when anyone falls in love, it's almost impossible to stand up again. And so praise God. Grab your significant, give them a hug and a kiss, and light some fires. And let all desiring healing within their marriages, let them all come to see that if they grow weak, their loving lovers will be choosing to help them in their fight. I've got to choose to help Linda fight her battles, because she's been suffering from issues in her thinking. Fear has been after her. And that was my story too. I was alcoholic most of my life, so it's time for all of us to realize that loving spouses shall always be helping one another with their responsibilities as they help in making their problems. And I've got to make her problems to be my very own, because we are one, and it's the oneness that comes with dedication that will be. So it's time to really follow that road. And know that for all those wanting to ascend to the highest places in love's most glorious light, they badly need to embrace their lovers, who will come to see quickly that if they ever have to carry the weight of the world on their shoulders, then they'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with them in their corner forever and ever to help bear some of the weight themselves. So that their others are not alone. So let all lovers of promise, let them spread the beauty of a smile, and let them hold and cherish one another. Let them do that from their deepest heart of hearts, and let their hearts now begin beating for their beloved ones, because if each of them, of married, devoted people, if they each choose to work on their marriage, by forgiveness, then with eyes wide open, they will become sore amazed at the awesomeness that is behind them and in front of them again as well. And it is time for the awesomeness of love, so that we can be sore amazed by such brilliant awesomeness. For the splendor of our Majesty of Majesties is shining his most radiant and glorious resplendent light of love's greatest forgiveness for all following that path. And know that all loving lovers shall soon discover in their lover's arms that they've always really been their best friend, if they will just want that. Because I realize that Linda has always been my best mentor, my best playmate, my best confidant, and perhaps my greatest challenge. But that's okay. We need to get out of our comfort zones. We can't even be who we were called to be unless we are stretched by one another. So be stretched by your other. But most importantly, such impassioned lovers of all of us within, we need to clearly awake so that we can clearly see that we've been also the love of their lives. Linda, I know, has always loved me. And then together we can understand that we can make each other a whole lot happier than we ever could have felt individually. And when lovers behold their wedded ones before them, then they'll also see that by them being themselves, that they've additionally made their spouses a lot better people. So as the wise lovers of the world arise in the beautiful peace of love's most blessed pathways, it's time to never again see through glass darkly again. We have to love our people in our life exactly where they are, with total love, total forgiveness. And so that is a good story that I will never change. And as lovers embrace for the long haul, may their days be long, and may those days be seasoned with faith, love, understanding, and respect forever and ever. For it's crystal clear that today is the beginning of the rest of my life and Linda's life together. So let all lovers never fail in telling their beloved hearts, like I do to Linda and she does to me every day, say, I love you. It's 3 little words, I love you. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So say it with a smile. So it's time to really rev things up. And so come back to part 2 at this channel, and I know it will utterly bless, because the truth is that we need to realize that as we express how much joy that we can bring each other, that all lovers need to take one another into their heart's most private, hopeful place of loving peace and hope's very best rewards. And let all lovers now promise to walk by their lover's side forever and ever, and to love and to help and to encourage them in all that they do. For such loving spouses will take the time to talk with one another and to listen to one another and to care for each other, even though all the changes, throughout all the changes of their life, this will be a constant. And then loving spouses shall always be there for their lovers, always, as strength in need, as a comfort in sorrow, and as a counselor in difficulty. And such lovers of love shall always be choosing to be their beloved one's companions in joy. For everything they are and everything they have is their lovers right now and forevermore. And this is the way of love's most dedicated promise of devotion and adoration. And so let all people praise He who is our beloved, our blessed, and the adored, as we lift up love amongst each other. And as newlyweds take their vows, let such living vows not be as promises, cheap, easy to throw away, but as privileges. Let us see it as a privilege, since each lover of love gets to laugh, and they each gets to cry with each other, so that they can each share and care their flowing love. And let such lovers of committed covenant love, let them each take their lovers unashamedly as their very best friends for life, and let them with their BFF, let them pledge to honor, to encourage, and to support their lovers through their walks together. And when their way becomes difficult, let them each promise to evermore stand by as they lift up each other, because only that union alone can cause that. Love y'all. Ciao down.